Right. Hello, everyone. Again, with the technical difficulties, it's like a beginning to every show. I started, everything's fine, and then from the moment that I um, start to get the show started, the internet stops working. It's like I don't know. It's so weird. But anyways, welcome to the show. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I have my black, white, racist, sexist, misogynist, all of the buzzwords, black coffee. Because that's the way it is. Mm. uh, you know, they're going to add culture appropriation to it at some point. They'll find like some Arabian coffee maker from like the 1500s or something to say that, black coffee is like Israeli or some shit. Dude, what's up, Six? Yo, dude, good to see you, man. Hey, Six is in the house. Also, I don't know if you guys saw or not, but I created a really stupid video while it was raining and on the road, and it got 7,100 views. That's officially the most views I have on a video. Dude, Mexican. Oh, dude, I'm honored, man. Thanks, guys. Dude, cool. Welcome to the show, bro. Mexican, I freaking always do this. If you guys want to come in, now it's a little bit different chat than we do on midnight, okay? But you're more than welcome to come in. I'm still small time, so I can get everybody in here. Wait, for some reason it sent that one. That's not what I was trying to do. And then of course it did that too. So not sure why. Let's try to do this. There we go. I was trying to copy the stuff, and it apparently put that in there. That's, if you could see, this is actually freaking what part of my news broadcast that I'll be doing. But yeah, anyways, okay, so here, Quentin, what's up, bro? Quentin, me and you got some shit to talk about today, bro. Oh my god, I had a dude, like, of like the 20 people on the post that I did for Brittany. They were like calling me racist and all kinds of stuff. I thought it was hilarious. I never even mentioned race, not once, in the entire thing on Brittany, because we're going to be covering the Brittany Grinding thing. All right. As for those of you guys that are new, Mexican and Six, all my other friends that are going to be joining us today, I am a United States Marine infantryman from 99 to 2003. I was a part of Stop Loss. I was in, Operation Iraqi Freedom, whatever you want to call it, Black Oil Submit, whatever, and we were the first ones in. We were there when there was no lights. Okay. We literally put the lights in the desert, man. So the Brittany Griner story is super big to me. Let's get these comments caught up. I know, right? Yeah. I'm watching you on my kitchen wall. 16th at a TVA and making more. Dude, hell yeah, dude. Hey, but you know what? Mexican, I got my black coffee that I made myself. I put a little bit of extra racism in there because remember, black coffee for white people is racist. Remember that. Oh, and misogynist and sexist. Taste the buzzwords. Okay. Dude, Six is here. Yeah, dude, Six is here, man. Hoorah. Yeah, definitely, man. So anyways, obviously, guys, if you want to join in, you're more than welcome to jump on the panel. I was kind of hoping some of the trolls were going to be joining us from the other day. So maybe we might get some troll action up in here. I don't know. We might have a wonderful little show today with some choice words. Remember, everyone's welcome on my show, whether you're a troll or not. Just remember, you got to be respectful about it. Try to keep that hate to a minimum, right? 304s, you're welcome too. Okay, just remember, you're going to be called out for being a 304 the same way a Chad's going to be called out for being a Chad. There's no difference. Okay, so I've got we're going to spend a little bit of time on the Brittany Griner thing. Obviously, I imagine everyone was expecting me to, but for that purpose, I mean, I'm going to jump right into it. I don't want to bury the lead, but for those of you that have been living under a rock and don't know what's been going on, Brittany Griner was released from the Russian prison. She was arrested for having, I mean, if I'm misquoting this, somebody correct me. She had some kind of cannabis oil. It was some kind of hash or something. TJ, welcome. Good. I haven't seen you in a minute, girl. Where you been? TJ is from across the pond. Okay. She's got that really cool accent that makes her sound super sexy. I'm falling back asleep. Thank you for the invite. No, it's all good, man. Six, you take your time, bro. You can come on some other time, like when I'm doing a late show, whatever. You know it. Six is from Midnight's Edge, guys. So is the Mexican Iron Man. They're two, we were talking. I'm hoping one of these days we can get Olaf in here, guys. Maybe. I know, right? Don't be a dick. I actually in high school, Pops, I had a saying to people. I was like, learn not to be a dick. You know, I always said that, and kind of fits nowadays, right? With the woke PC culture. If people would just learn to not be a dick, things would be okay. You know, Hilton calling us. Right? What was that movie where the air conditioning was a sin? Was that Dogma? I think that was Dogma, where he walked in and like he's like, you know, he killed the woman because she had central air or something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm already over the worst trade in history. Fuck Biden. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So yes, of course. All right, so let's jump right into this, guys. I'm gonna go balls deep. All right, so I mean, I know a lot of you have probably heard this. We're gonna get a little personal with this with me. You guys are gonna find out stuff about me you probably didn't know before. I'm gonna play some of this video, not all of it. I don't want the whole thing to go through. We're just gonna do the highlights. But I'm gonna let Biden do his talk. And then we're going to go from there, okay? So let's get this unmuted. There we go.
The White House, let's listen.
Standing together with her wife, Sherelle, in the Oval Office, I spoke with Brittany Griner. She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances.
Unjustly, intolerable circumstances.
And she should have been there all along. This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. It took painstaking and intense negotiations, and I want to thank all the hardworking public servants across my administration who worked tirelessly to secure her release. I also want to thank the UAE for helping us facilitate Brittany's return, because that's where she landed. These past few months have been hell for Brittany and for Charlene.
Notice he's got two black women behind him. I mean, do you think that means something?
All her teammates back home. People all across the country have learned about Brittany's story, advocated for her release, stood with her throughout this terrible ordeal. And I know that's
I would guess being in a Russian prison would be a terrible ordeal, right? I mean, anyone that would be there for any amount of time would probably suck, right? I mean, it would probably suck. Like, I don't know, being a Marine that's been there for 4 years, stuck in a prison, completely unjustified, did not commit a fucking crime, being accused of espionage. I don't know. Just a thought, right? But I'm not bitter.
That support meant a lot to her family. I'm glad to be able to say that Brittany's in good spirits. She's relieved to finally be heading home. And the fact remains that she's lost months of her life, experienced the needless trauma, and she deserves.
Okay, all right, that's that. Okay, all right, okay, all right. So let's see what the chat says. I'm already over that. Okay, really, you're right. AC is a gift from God. This is true. So not far then. Yeah. All right. So, okay. Now, for those that don't understand, I have plenty of other things to talk about this, but to explain to you why this is so upsetting to the military, specifically the military, it's because we've had, if a military person goes to Russia, it's like a red flag, okay? Because Russia is like king of intel, man. These guys wrote the book on being a spy, okay? Russian spies are probably some of the world's greatest spies. So they know you're going to be in Russia before you probably know you're going to be in Russia. They probably have some algorithm on your computer that knows that you're going to select a ticket to Russia. That's how good these guys are. So 4 years ago, there was a Marine, Mr. Whalen, okay, and he went there. The story was he went there for a wedding, to be there for his friend's wedding, and he was accused by the Russian government and arrested, tried, and convicted of espionage and being a spy in Russia, and sentenced to 16 years in a Russian prison. He's been there for 4 years. Now, we're going to play a clip from Joe Rogan later, and we're going to tag onto this. But remember, Brittany Griner was arrested and sentenced to 9 years for having the oil, okay, hash or whatever it was, all right? Now, as I said in my video that some of you may have seen, I don't think anyone should be arrested for weed. I think being arrested for weed is stupid, okay? It's weed, all right? I don't care if it's oil or what. I don't care, all right? But I don't think that Brittany Griner should have been arrested and thrown in prison and arrested in jail. But you know what? She willingly broke the law. She broke a Russian law in Russia. Hey, genius. You know, maybe don't break the law in a country that we could possibly go to World War III with. I don't know. It's just a fucking thought, right? How about we don't piss off the country that wants to put you in jail for nothing? It's just a concept, right? Let's just be real about this for a second. So she goes over there, she sneaks in the house, she gets caught with it, she gets arrested. This woman, okay, the WNBA star, all right, quite literally said that the national anthem was racist and that it doesn't actually have anything to do with her because she's black. Okay, she's anti-American. She doesn't like the flag. She's been quoted several times saying anti-American things, but the moment she was in prison, the moment those bars slammed home on her 6-foot-plus ass, she was like, oh my God, oh, I love America. America, please come get me. Now keep in mind, other than being a basketball player, this freaking bitch has not contributed one fucking thing to the world other than being a basketball player, okay? We have a Marine that's been stuck in a freaking jail cell in a Russian prison for 4 years that literally fought for his country and did his dues and paid his dues. Man, hates America, doesn't do shit except for put a ball into a hole, served his country, fought for his country, didn't actually commit a crime. Wow. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Dude, Quentin, what's up? What's up, man? So, I mean, all right, now, some of the comments I got were pretty rude and pretty brutal, but you know what? It is what it is, you know, because this is a huge topic right now, and people are trying to make this into a race issue. This has nothing to do with the fact that Brittany Griner is mixed, okay? It doesn't matter the fact that she's got black in her. This has nothing to do with that, okay? This has to do with the fact that she's anti-American, breaking a law in a foreign country. Okay, like there's this isn't hard to figure out here. And as you just heard the President of the United States say, okay, well, the former Vice President of the United States, he was like unjustly imprisoned. Well, last time I checked, and Joe Rogan's going to go over this later in a video that I have, all right, last time I checked, weed is still illegal in, 25 states, 26 states, something like that. And we still have people today in those states that are in jail for marijuana. But because a WNBA star who happens to be a lesbian in jail over in a Russian prison gets released, and I'm saving the best for last. We traded her for the Merchant of Death. Okay? The guy who was quoted as saying, and I said this in my little short video, when they asked him why he did it, why he sold weapons to people that wanted to kill us and kill other countries, why he wanted to sell weapons to people that wanted to start wars, why he wanted to do things that were, you know, considered terroristic acts and whatnot, and atrocities to humanity, he simply said, well, if I wasn't going to do it, someone was. That's this guy, okay? We traded her for him. And I'm a firm believer in you know, speak softly but carry a big stick. Okay, you don't have to scream and yell in a room of a bunch of people, but everyone in that room needs to know that if shit hits the fan, you're gonna kill every single fucking person in that room. Okay, the Russian government does not respect us right now, and that's why they wouldn't let us have the Marine and her to give for the Merchant of Death. That's why they demanded the Merchant of Death for a trade for Brittany Griner, which again is just a basketball player. That's all she is. Okay. She's not a senator. She's not a lawyer. She's not a judge. She's not a cop. She's not a fireman. Okay, she takes a ball and she puts it in a hole. And she hates her country. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And you know, it's things like this. And if you wondered, and you know, I keep trying to explain this to everybody. You know, their America is not our America. Okay, when Biden says our people, or when he talks about our America, he's talking about them basically changing it for his own purposes, or their administration changing it for their own purposes. It doesn't have anything to do with what's right, or the Constitution, or the flag, or the stripes, or anything like that. And if you think that the Biden administration gives two shits about us, the little people, just take a look at what's been going on. He shut down 3 pipelines in the first 17 days in the administration. 3 pipelines. We were self-sufficient with our oil. Jacked up all of our prices, raised our prices. People are taking out loans for buying groceries and to pay for heating and cooling. Yeah. I mean, what you got, TJ? Russia jailed their own gay people. It is against the law. Yeah. It's not just against the law to be gay. This week, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Monday. Maybe it was last week. I can't remember. But recently, TJ, he passed a law in the country that you could not talk or engage in any LGBTQ plus conversations, teachings, nothing. I don't know what the penalty is, but he passed a law to where it's illegal. Okay. And you guys are talking about how America is oppressive. You know, I'm not seeking, my audience, obviously. I'm talking about the people that Brittany Griner represents. Okay. You're talking about how you're oppressed and we live in the most racist, sexist, rape apologist culture in Minecraft, YouTube. All of this is in Minecraft. It's all in your head. It's all, bullshit. But, you go to a country like Russia, go to North Korea, go to China, go to Beijing, China right now, dude. Okay. Go to India and see how wonderful your life is. All right. There's a reason why they all come here. Okay. Granted, America's got its problems, dude. We're not a perfect country, not by any means. But we are the greatest country right now in the world. Okay. There's a reason why everybody's coming here. Okay. That's why. Okay. And I cannot stress this enough. It's just like that quote from Gladiator, like America is not this forever world. We're not this country that can just exist in infinity. It's not like we're just going to constantly be here and we're never going to disappear. Okay. You could destroy us with but a whisper. That's all it's going to take. Okay. It's going to take a very simple way to destroy this country. And it'll probably be very quiet in the middle of the night and we won't even know it. But that's how this kind of stuff works. So I got another article. Like I said, I'm going to talk about this for a second. We are going to move on from this. I promise you I've got other things we're going to talk about. I don't want to spend, an hour on this, but I did want to dedicate at least 25 minutes to it because it's personal and it's something that I really do believe in. Tucker Carlson is going to talk about the Marine a little bit. And by the way, you guys know I like to be fair. That was from CNBC. This one is from Fox. Okay. So let's get this wide open. And here we go. By the way, how is everybody doing, man? You guys tell me what's going on in your lives in the chat, for everyone. It's been such a busy week. It's been hard for me to keep up with people that I know, my Fallout group and everything. I'm sure everybody has a lot of stuff going on. I've totally missed it. Let's see here. Let's pause that. Go. Now, for those of you that have heard about how I feel about Tucker Carlson, okay, I think he's a little bit of a bully. I mean, I think he's good at his job. Okay, granted, but I do think he bullies people sometimes. And I think sometimes he gets a little big headed. Okay. But I mean, when we compare him to people like Don Lemon and some of the other news broadcasters on CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, or even Newsmax, because Newsmax goes a little too crazy sometimes too. Tucker Carlson keeps it real a majority of the time. Okay. You got to be careful what you say in Minecraft, all that crazy stuff. But here we go. Let's see what he's got to say.
Paul Whelan flew to Moscow to attend the wedding of a friend he'd known in the Marine Corps. Days after he arrived, 6 days, we think, Whelan was arrested in his room at the Metropole Hotel and charged with spying. Russian authorities claimed Whelan had accepted a flash drive loaded with classified information from an intel agent in Russia. He was put on trial and he was sentenced to 16 years in prison for espionage. From the very beginning, Whelan claimed he was set up. He said he was in Moscow on vacation. At the wedding, he wasn't spying on Russia. Now, we tend to believe him, though honestly, we can't know for sure. How could we? But either way, whether he was set up or actually spying on Russia, Paul Whelan's case would be a priority for any American government. Here you have a man who has actively served the United States in the Marine Corps and then possibly as an intel asset in a hostile foreign country. That man is languishing in a Russian prison cell for the rest of his useful life. So not surprisingly, American authorities in Washington promised to do everything possible to bring this man home. But it turns out they did.
Now, something I want to point out, this is an old picture, okay? This is, I talk about this too. The, news media tries to spin stuff all the time. Okay, he's not a young man sitting in a cell. He's got gray hair. He's older now. I don't know how old he is. But this picture was taken a long time ago. Okay, that's an older Marine Corps uniform. All right, so just remember that too. He's not a young man sitting in a cell. I think he's in his late 40s or early 50s.
Didn't mean a word of it. Today, the Biden administration announced it had secured the release of an American imprisoned in Russia, but it was not Paul Whelan. It was a female basketball player called Brittany Griner, who was arrested several months ago for breaking Russian drug laws. In exchange for Griner, the administration handed over an arms dealer called Victor Bout. Now, Bout is an indisputably serious criminal. He sold weapons to terror groups that killed Americans. We're not overstating that. Here's a summary.
Victor Bout, in my eyes, is one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
On the face of the earth.
Without a doubt.
Mike Braun, the former chief of operations for the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration.
One of the most dangerous people on the face of the earth. Let's say it was 1 in 1,000. Let's say there was 1,000 most dangerous people on the planet. And then we say, okay, of the 1,000 most important people on the planet, does Brittany Griner fall into the top 1,000 important people on the planet? Let's say 10,000.
Told us Boot first exploded on the scene in war-torn West Africa in the late 1980s.
I love that. He's just like running across.
Elevating bloody conflicts from machetes and single-shot rifles to
AK-47s, not by the thousands, but by the tens of thousands.
So he weaponizes civil war in Africa.
He transformed these young adolescent warriors into insidious, mindless, maniacally driven killing machines that operated with assembly line efficiencies.
The U.S. has indicted him on 4 terror-related charges, including conspiracy to kill Americans. What makes him a threat to the United States?
See that
He's
year?
a shadow facilitator. He's arming not only designated terrorist groups, insurgent groups, but he's also arming very powerful drug trafficking cartels around the globe.
So that's the guy that Joe Biden just sprung from prison, the international arms dealer who's arming terror groups and drug cartels. Now, keep in mind, the same administration that did that is simultaneously calling for the arrest and imprisonment of American citizens who have handgun magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. So,
and again, I don't want to go too much into it because they're going to put their propaganda, just like the other, news stations are going to put their propaganda. But again, okay. So we want to arrest people for having bump stocks and 12-round magazines, and this is let's see here. This is a I think this is a 14-round magazine right here. All right, for my Glock. Okay, so like they want to arrest us for having that, but we want to free the Merchant of Death, who, as you just saw in 2010. So it's not like this isn't new news. So this is new news. This is old news. They made a movie made about this motherfucker. Okay. For selling tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, whatever it may be, weapons to people that want to kill us and other countries, our allies, or enemies. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't really care. A guy of his level would be considered to be a dangerous person. Again, let's just say he's in the top 1,000 dangerous people in the fucking world. Okay. Where does Brittany Griner fall in relation to the most important people in the world? Top 30 million? Top 60 million? I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's a basketball player in a sport that loses money every season. The only reason why the WNBA stays awake is because people keep pumping money into it, hoping that they can fill more than 20% of their seats. Yeah, hot take, guys, but it's the truth. Okay? We just left a Marine who did not commit a crime, period. Okay? Did not commit a crime. He was there for a wedding. Okay? In prison, in jail. He's been there for 4 years. But Brittany Griner gets to come out. Now, okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, there is a good reason why. Because we have other videos that have been surfacing saying that this was the best choice. They even, oh my God, the brutality of this. They had his brother come on and try to say that he was agreeing, saying that this was a good choice. His own brother. Yeah. What you got, Mexican? Merchant of Death for LGBTQ, basketball player that hates our country and flag. After them. I mean, dude, it's crazy, man. It's like, look, and again, if this was 10 years ago, if this was 2012, right? they wouldn't be putting it in your face so much. But remember, you tell a lie enough times, you get people desensitized to certain things. And we're going to go over some more stuff today. I kind of have a central topic for today. All right. Like, you put it in people's faces enough. You throw this thing down in their faces. You put it on Disney. You put it on Star Wars. You put it on Marvel. You put it on everything. Eventually, we get desensitized to it, and it becomes normal. That's their purpose. You tell a lie enough times, then it becomes the truth. 1984. This is something that's been going on for a long time. It's just now they're doing it more openly, and they're putting it in our faces. That's how it works now. Eric, what is up, brother? Welcome, man. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here, man. I miss you, dude. I don't get to talk to you anymore. But guys, and this, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna end the conversation with this because it's just, I could talk about it for hours. But if you ever need to ask yourself, or if you need to answer a question that concerns whether or not the Biden administration or the Democrats themselves actually care about the common man, this right here tells you exactly what you need to know. This isn't rocket science. It's not hard to figure out. This is not something that they're even hiding from us anymore. They're shoving it right in our faces, pulling our necks back and shoving it down our throats, doing the double bird, man. Okay? So, I mean, this is it. This is what it is. Tell people to lie often enough. USA are the greatest. I mean, hey, TJ, one thing I'm gonna give you on this is us, man. Now, granted, I know it's been identified in Europe too. What's up with Joe Simpson? Welcome back. Welcome back. Always love it when you're here. So, I mean, this centralized here, TJ. This is us. This is on us. Like America is the central post for everything. We start this shit. We make this shit happen. Okay, look at some of the fads. Now, Grant, I'm not saying every fad starts in America. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the LGBTQ plus, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, freaking third, fourth wave, man-hating, lesbian, multicolored haired feminist bullshit. That's here. And it spreads. Jordan Peterson and several other psychologists have made videos, group videos on this. Okay, how this is spreading almost like a virus, and it's contagious. And it's super, super icky, man. Because you get it in your kids, and then it just goes. And we're going to talk more about it here coming up. What's up, creators? Dude, creator, man. I got the link up there if you want to come in, guys. Yeah, and something else, TJ, something I was thinking about was, and I've talked about this for a long time, too. I wonder if, the Americans and the Swiss and the Finnish and the Australians and the, all the big powers. Let's say all of them. Let's even throw in China and Russia and North Korea in there. You think they're all sitting on a big screen with each other, just kind of talking? TJ, hey guys, we're going to implement this. So be ready for this to come. This is going to happen. That kind of thing. Because some of it just seems well too organized to be a coincidence. Oh, TJ, by the way, the kukri is from Nepal. I talked to those guys. They have been building knives for 40 years. They're a family. It's been passed down for 40 years. It has the Nepal stamped on the side. So it's an actual Nepalese blade. And I told the guy that you were schooling me on some of the info, and he was telling me about a lot more stuff. So whenever me and you get a chance, I'll actually tell you some stuff about the Nepalese blades you probably don't know. It was actually really cool. I sat down and had lunch with him and his brother. It was pretty badass, actually. All right, so let's get on the next story. I don't want to bore everyone with my bullshit. So that's how I feel about that. One quick note for Mr. Wayhan, man. Look, I doubt you will ever see this video. I doubt you even have a TV in your cell. But man, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the National Guard, Coast Guard, the Army, dude, you're in our prayers, man. Okay? Stay strong, ooh fucking raw, and take your fucking stupid pills every day, bro. All right? Seriously. Take those stupid pills every day. And yeah, we're with you, man. Okay? We're going to get you out of there at some point, bro. All right. Yes, ma'am. All right. So, next story. This is let's see here. Yeah, this is the FBI and Twitter. I found this interesting because, you know, Twitter has been, and apparently that site can't be reached. All right. Am I having a problem with Wi-Fi? So if you guys also notice, you know, Twitter has been, you know, crazy busy as far as like just, you know, things in general. They have been blowing up things. They've been dropping bombs about the FBI being involved, about the Democrats having their say-so on whatever it is that they wanted, basically. I mean, like, seriously. It's gotten to the point to where I don't know if you even want to call it that it's a conspiracy, because it doesn't really seem like a conspiracy, because it's not like they were trying to hide it. I can't get anything to pull up right now. So we're just going to sit here and listen to me talk about the story that I already read. So it wasn't just one FBI agent, okay? There apparently were a major hire for Twitter. Twitter was openly, ma'am, it's just a sign of respect. You told me you were my elder, so that's a sign of respect. So I don't know. How old is ma'am? Smash that like button, ring that bell, yeah! But I don't have to call you ma'am if you don't want me to. I can be like, yes. Well, no, you don't like being called a lady, right? So, yes, female of the human species, double thumbs. We can do that. No way. I would never do that. I'm actually one of the people that do respect my elders. I still say sir and ma'am. You know, it's how we're raised in the South. But remember, we don't have any food culture here in America. We don't have any culture at all. Black coffee. Anyways, let's see if this thing's popping up. But okay, so there are several threads now that have been released. Here we go. It finally came up. That have been released from Twitter showing specifically, okay, that they hired FBI agents. At Elon Musk, your new company at Twitter has many ex-FBI CIA agents in high ranks. Should probably do a little house cleaning. Thread 2, Kevin McClellan, current Twitter senior corporate secretary analyst, ex-FBI intelligence analyst, 12 years. 3, Doug Hunt, current Twitter senior director, ex-FBI special agent, 20 years. 4, Mark Jaruzelski, current Twitter director, corporate security risk, ex-FBI, 20 years. Look at this. 20 years, 20 years, 12 years. Douglas Turner, 14 years. Patrick G, 23 years. Karen Walsh, 21 years. Russell Handroff, 10 years. I mean, dude, this is crazy. Look at this. Okay, so, and I mean, I don't know if it's only 17 or 15, but, you know, let's just say for the sake of argument, okay, that Twitter hired 15, all right? Some of those look like they retired with the FBI, you know, 20 plus years of retirement. So, and CIA. So what does that mean? Does that mean Twitter was specifically targeting, or is it the opposite? Does that mean that the CIA and FBI working for the United States government was specifically targeting Twitter to infiltrate? Now, there's no way we can know whether or not the Twitter hiring agents knew. I doubt quite seriously those motherfuckers knew shit. You know, they were hiring people to do nothing, okay? He's fired 75% of the company and it's still working perfectly fine. So obviously they were hiring people just to fill holes and to do nothing all day except for go into their safe space rooms and look at puppies. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Wow, I didn't know there was some. Yeah, neither did I. I mean, no one did, dude. Like no one knew this shit, Eric, man. No one did. I mean, like, you know, okay, there was always the rumors. You know, Tim Pool talked about this. Joe talked about this. I believe Daily Wire did segments on this. Candace Owens did this shit. There were a lot of people on YouTube that were telling everyone that Twitter was biased towards conservatives. Even people in the center were telling people, hey, look, it's obvious. No, it was, conspiracy theory. You know, and being a guy that doesn't have Twitter or any other type of social media except for this right here, you know, I was like, all right, well, then don't go to Twitter. Go to a right-leaning one, you know, like Rumble or the one that, you know, Donald Trump created. I forget what it's called. But, I mean, I didn't really care. And it didn't mean anything to me at the time. But I didn't know about this shit. Because, okay, guys, 15 ex-CIA and FBI agents with, it looks like, over 220 years of experience in the FBI. Dude, that's not like a conspiracy. That's a full-blown like squad, man. What, there's 30 members in a squad in the Marine Corps, right? So, and it's 4 members to a fire team. So you're talking 4 to 5 fire teams if we're doing 3-man cells. So you do 3-man cells in different groups, right? That's infiltration. That is no shit. That's real shit, guys. Okay? It wasn't a takeover. This is like people in there having their own little secret meetings, doing things underhanded, like, I don't know, suppressing all things to do with the Hunter Biden laptop story in Minecraft, YouTube. All this is in Minecraft. Suppressing the Alex Jones stuff, making certain people be monsters that weren't monsters. I mean, I can't remember exactly what happened because, again, I wasn't on the Twitter at the time and I wasn't really paying attention. But how much did Twitter blow up the Jussie Smollett, 2 white dudes in MAGA hats at 2 a.m., happening to be carrying around a noose looking for Jussie Smollett in the middle of a fucking blizzard? Did they blow that up pretty good? I think that sounds evil. What the fuck? Everybody saying hello. What's up? A work in progress. Yep. So Truth Social. It's Truth Social. That's what it's called. Thank you, Creation. Appreciate it, Will. Thank you. All right. So, and again, the 1984 rule. You tell a lie enough, it becomes true. Because, okay, I got to give it to Chicago, though, as much as I hate on the Chicago mayor. Those police officers, I would love to have been in the interview. So wait. So you leave your house warm to go out, I think it was like 13 degrees, in the middle of a blizzard to get a Subway sandwich. And 2 white guys in MAGA hats. And also remember, he was just randomly selecting white guys. Okay, he was like, yeah, it was 2 white dudes. So he was perfectly willing to have cops go and arrest 2 random white guys because he was trying to push a narrative. All right. And if I remember correctly, again, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'll be more than willing to admit that I'm wrong. Twitter was blowing that shit up. That was a super highly tweeted thing. So I'm sure that had something to do with it too. I'm sure that the people that were there from the FBI and the CIA were spreading that shit around. They were spreading around anything and spreading on things that would make them look good, better, and help other people win certain things, and suppressing things that would make them lose. The Hunter Biden laptop has already been said that in Minecraft, YouTube, okay, because you hate the truth. But the Hunter Biden laptop thing, whenever they took a poll, it was something like 17%, right? Would not have voted for Biden if they'd have known about the Hunter Biden laptop. Okay. And also Kyle Rittenhouse. That's another one. Okay. To this day, you can walk up to random people north of the Mason-Dixon line. All right. And you can ask them, hey, who did Kyle Rittenhouse shoot? Do you know who Kyle Rittenhouse shot? And the majority of the answers are going to be, oh, he was that nut job that got off for killing 3 African Americans or 3 black people. Seriously, like more than 50% of the people you ask are going to say that. I'd be willing to bet money on that. Okay, because the narrative was pushed on every single social network and the news. They would say things like, oh, we were misinformed. He shot 3 white dudes. All right, 3 white dudes that were trying to kill him. I mean, dude, this shit's real. It's no joke. And the best part about that whole trial, by the way, for those of you who didn't watch the trial, at the very end of the trial, after all of the evidence had been produced, right? The FBI came out with this like secret video of this drone that was watching the whole fucking thing. And it would have exonerated him from the very beginning. Like if they would have implemented that drone footage from the very beginning from the FBI that knew that they fucking had it the entire time, he probably never would have been on trial. And it's really sad because there were people that they suppressed too that later on said, yeah, we could hear the drones in the air. There were people like saying we heard drones in the air. We didn't know where they were. Yeah. Ironic, right? All right, so let's go. Next story. Done hearing me talk about that shit. Okay, so this one is from the Gateway Pundit. All right, got to throw them in here every now and then. I think I've got 2 or 3 stories from the Gateway Pundit today. Let's see if they behave themselves this time. All right, let's see here. Okay, so Trump was right again. President Trump called out crooked Yoel Roth back in May 2020. Okay, way back in May 2020, President Donald Trump called out Twitter arbiter Yoel Roth, who appeared that morning on the front of the New York Post that day. The headline of the post was Ministry of Tweet and included a photo of the far-left radical Yoel Roth. That's him. I do remember this vaguely. I don't remember it completely. I'm just saying we fly over those states that voted for a racist tangerine for a reason. I do remember his face, though. Somebody was making fun of him for his face. Yes, that person in the pink hat, he calls it pink. So he's making fun of the red MAGA hat, is clearly a bigger threat to your brand of feminism than actual Nazis in the White House. What? Or maybe he's talking about the chicks with the vagina hats. Excuse me. Meet one of Twitter's neutral fact checkers meant to police Trump. Oh, yeah, the fact checking group. Ministry of Tweet. Questions are being raised about Twitter's neutrality and attacking misinformation labels on President Trump's tweets after it was revealed this social media giant's head of site integrity, Yoel Roth, one of those people who introduced the labeling system, has a history of bashing Trump and other conservatives. See page 9. So they buried it on page 9. The May 2020 article highlighted Roth's public attacks on Trump and his supporters. Roth labeled Trump a racist tangerine. That sounds kind of catchy, though. And accused his supporters, not true, but still catchy as fuck. And accused his supporters of being racist. That's fucked up, dude. Hey, Quentin, if you support Trump, you're a racist, bro. Mexican, you too. I love this shit. You can't make this shit up. Yoel Roth also labeled the Trump administration, all of them, like drawing a circle around them, Nazis in the White House. My pronouns trending. My pronouns are prosecute Fauci. I like that. In the last 2 weeks, the public has learned Yoel Roth, along with deep state FBI, State Department, and Democrat Party, were working together to censor and silence President Trump and conservatives. The Gateway Pundit was a victim of their censorship. After we were the only news organization to publish videos of Democrats dropping off 80 boxes of ballots in the Detroit Ballots Counting Center late on election night for mysterious origins. Now, there was a video. We have to be careful with this in Minecraft. We have to be careful with this because YouTube is very, very freaked out about this, okay? There were videos that kept being uploaded and then deleted on YouTube. Uploaded, deleted, uploaded, deleted. And I only got to see like 3 of them out of like the hundreds that were uploaded of some of these vans pulling up. And now we didn't know what they were doing. Okay, YouTube, I'm not accusing anyone. But there were timestamps like after midnight, which all the ballots were supposed to be closed. And they were like literally unloading the vans after midnight and bringing in these boxes. And when they would upload the videos within like 5 or 10 minutes, they'd have like 100,000 views and then they were deleted off of YouTube. Okay. I got sent some of them from Twitter too on my phone. And I'd go to click on them like 5 or 10 minutes when I got to the text message and they were gone. And then I would say, hey, guys, what was that video? And my buddy would be like, oh, that was a video of them unloading ballots from the back of the van in Minecraft, YouTube, in Minecraft. Back in May 2020, Trump spoke to reporters about Yoel. I don't know why they did that. Yoel Roth, the Twitter arbiter of truth. Nope. Okay. By the way, there's that picture again, guys. Of course, the rude reporters interrupted him while he was talking. Trump pointed to the reporters back then and pointed at the censorship of Twitter against them. Okay, here we go. Here's the video. They mocked him even then for making such claims. Once again, President Donald Trump was right. This is May 28th, 2020. Trump calls out Yoel Roth. Trump was right about Roth, and he was right about what happened with mail voting.
Here's one. This is the arbiter. This guy is the arbiter of what's supposed to go on Twitter. He's the one he thought, and he used CNN as a guide. CNN, which is fake news. He uses CNN as a guide. His name is Yoel Roth, and he's the one that said that mail-in balloting, you look mail-in, No fraud? No fraud, really? Why don't you take a look all over the country? There's cases all over the country. If we went to mail-in balloting, our election all over the world would look as a total joke. It would be a total joke. There's such fraud and abuse, and you know about harvesting, where they harvest the ballots and they go and grab them and they go to people's houses and they say, sign here. No, it doesn't work out. Now, an absentee ballot, you can't be there or you're sick, and you go and you register and you do all sorts of things to get that ballot, and there's good security measures. But where they send out, like in California, millions and millions of ballots to anybody that's breathing, anybody in California that's breathing gets a ballot.
But Mr. President, that's not true.
So here, excuse me, wait a minute, I'm not finished. So here's your man, and that's on Twitter.
And you notice that the reporter, right? The reporter was like, but Mr. President, that's just not true. Yeah, it fucking is. We all know it's true now. So this was a conspiracy theory in 2020, but now it's known fact, just in case. In Minecraft, YouTube. I know the truth hurts sometimes. I know the truth hurts. Okay, but in Minecraft. All right, what we got, guys? He shot a pedophile. He is a hero. Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, dude. Kyle, yeah, no. Yeah. Hey, remember that story, though, bro, okay? That guy was released from a mental institution for being a kitty diddler, okay? What was it, 24 hours? Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but there were some jokes that were being made, and some people were reporting the bag you see in his hand, like right before he dies, still has his soap and his toothbrush and his toothpaste in it. Like, no shit, all right, from when he was released. So I thought that was always hilarious. Proud Trump supporter here, and I am the brown face of racism. Dude, I know. I love that shit, though, man. Like, they just draw this circle, right? Like, whenever Biden came out and said, all MAGA supporters are a threat to this country, with the Darth Vader theme behind him and everything, you know? But, hey, there was no subtext in that, right? That you know, that was just all in our head. That wasn't real. That didn't really happen. Is that because it did become a total? Yeah, it did. It became a total joke, Eric. Naturally, that journalist had to interrupt. Yeah, with his, yeah. And that's something else, too. This is something that really pissed me off because they didn't do this to Obama as much, and they don't do it to Biden as much either. But if you go back and you look at the 4 years of Trump, right, he was interrupted all the time. And they wouldn't call him President Trump. They would call him Donald or Trump. It's like, dude, you guys might not like this motherfucker. He's still the president. Like, I got friends of mine that do not like Trump at all. You know, they call him all the names and everything. And I'll be like, but he was still the president. Okay. And he's a billionaire. And he's the president. And he said he was going to be president like 30 years ago in a live interview or 40 years ago in a live interview. And the motherfucker became president. Regardless of how he became president, he sat in that fucking seat for 4 years. I mean, dude, give the guy props. At Creatures Outlet, hello. Yeah, Eric, let me introduce you. These are some friends I've made. They're from Midnight's Edge. By the way, guys, if you don't watch Midnight's Edge, it's awesome. It's totally down our alley. It's all about geeks and gamers and nerds and all kinds of cool shit. Andre and Midnight do some badass shit there. Andre, I know you're pissed at me because I didn't like Troll, but I'm sorry, man. But dude, it was woke as fuck, man. I mean, I know it's like nostalgic and everything. Now, I will give you this though, Andre. The Troll was awesome. Hands down. Loved the Troll, okay? Like, I kept waiting for, like, Godzilla to come out and just fight the Troll. Dude, it was awesome, okay? But, dude, the movie was totally woke, okay? PC, yeah. Let's see here. Yep. Thank you for the shout-out for a minute. Yeah, dude, fuck yeah, man. Dude, I told you, man, when I was on Mexican, like, they were the ones that introduced me to the I'm not going crazy thing. And then, you know, I got a link to Gary and Nerdrotic and everything. So they're the ones that, you know, I got to pay credit where credit's due, you know, like to Blair and some of my other buddies, you know, like that helped me get into this, you know, Midnight's Edge, Nerdrotic, Blair to Blair, and a few other people are instrumental in my journey into YouTube, man. And I'm never going to forget those guys. And Gary gave me my first live spot. So like, You know, I'm never ever gonna not shout out Midnight's Edge, bro. Hopefully one of these days we can all get together and you know, like I can break out, like sitting within like I think it's like 10 feet of me are 17 Magic decks that I haven't played in like 5 years because nobody plays Magic around me anymore. I mean, they're old school too. Like I've got alpha beta decks over there, bro, for real. Let's see here. Just to clear your minds, if anyone wants to watch puppets or Gorgeous Doggy, the place is in love. Hey, TJ, if I didn't make you a moderator, everybody, you are more than welcome to plug your channels on my channel. All right, look, I'm small time. We all got to support each other. TJ, if you're not a moderator, let me see if you're a moderator or not. Yeah, you are. Mexican, I'll make you one too, bro. Let's see here. Who else? My 6. Can I make 612? I'm gonna make 612. Yeah, but TJ and everyone else, blast your channel. You're more than welcome to. I mean, we all got to help each other out. TJ's a puppeteer. So, I mean, like, you guys check out her channel. She's awesome. I have a little channel at Sweetness and Light. Yes. You know, she doesn't like American food. Just letting you know that right now. Anyways. All right. Here's the thing right here. There it is right there. Go check her out. Like and subscribe. And you know, and like I said, guys, anyone that wants to come on, shoot the shit with me, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, I'm gonna want to get to know you a little bit first, you know. But yeah, man, everybody here, you know, like Eric, you know, something else too, Eric. I never see Amanda, Eric, ever, but Amanda and Eric were the first 2 people that helped me do this. Like they actually came on and we sat here for like an hour trying to experiment on how to do live spots. Seems like forever ago, doesn't it, Eric? Crazy. Hey, you still owe me a live spot, fucker. Okay? You got to come on my show. Seriously. Creators, you know, me and Creator, we talk all the time too. Like, you know, if you guys don't know how it all started, I'll finish up the broadcast with him in just a second. But, you know, the whole purpose of this channel is just to educate people. That's all it is. You know, we have to realize that we have to get away from this bullshit about color and sex and lifestyle choices and shit and come back to the realization that we all need each other in order to survive. Okay? We ain't going to make it without everybody. That's just the facts. I mean, you can look at the world wars and know that we can't make it without each other. Okay? And that's all this channel's for. Seriously, that's all this is. It's just about us getting over our bullshit, you know, and fucking remembering that we're fucking human beings. I mean, my God, man, you know, that's one thing. That's one thing, dude, that kills me is, you know, when we're sitting there in the foxholes or digging our fucking trenches and shit and cleaning weapons in the Marines, there's no conversation about black dudes, white dudes, Mexicans, and Asians. Dude, we're all green, you know? I mean, who gives a shit? You guys have got to get over this fuck. I'm not talking to my fans. Most of my fans share the same thoughts I do most of the ways, okay? But, like, dude, the people out there that are just trying to spread hate and discontent and make everything about race or make everything about sex or some of the political bullshit, get the fuck over yourselves, man. You are not that important. And I promise you, if you are ignored for like 5 seconds, no one cares. Making the sign of the cross, man. Vampires and shit. Oh, I didn't read that one, man. Amanda B's on vacation right now. Dude, that's cool, man. I'll shout out to her too. Amanda, you know you're always welcome on my channel. Okay, Vince, I will do it. I can't wait. Dude, man, Eric, dude, whenever you can, bro. I don't care, man. Who said it was just the food? You cheeky bastard. Okay, so anyways, Trump was right. Imagine that. Trump was right. Let's see here. Okay, so now Elon has been making some waves, as you guys know. He's been doing a lot of things. We're going to try to speed through this because it's getting kind of long-winded here. I did some talky talk like I always do. So for those guys don't know, this is the former Twitter CEO guy. He was the one that was on with Joe Rogan and Tim Pool with the other chick. I can't remember her name. But they were the ones that were telling Tim Pool that They had no idea people were being censored, and they had no idea that all of this horrible things was happening to people that were on the right side. So Elon Musk torches former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey over alleged lack of action against child porn on the site. And again, okay, this is not something people didn't know about. People were reporting this on YouTube. They were talking about it on the news. Newsmax brought this up. I can't remember seeing any of it on Fox, but I do remember several times they were saying, why are you guys allowing child pornography? And parents would come out defending it, and other teachers would come out defending it. And then people would be like, wait a second, you can't look at porn until you're 18. And if a parent or a child is shown, if a parent or a teacher shows a child pornography before the age of 18, that's illegal. Okay. In Minecraft, just in case. All right. So Twitter CEO Elon Musk slammed former CEO Jack Dorsey on the platform late last week over the reported lack of action that the company took against removing child porn from the site. Musk's remarks came in response to several members of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council resigning from the company because they claimed that Musk was making the platform less safe. The tweet posted by Ann Collier, founder and executive director of Net Safety Collaborative, generated a response from the political commentator Mike Cernovich, I think that's right, who tweeted at her, "You all belong in jail." Yes. Yeah, that's how it reminds me of that Denton, Texas mayor that came on and told the school board in Denton because of genderqueer. He was like, I'm going to see all of you guys put in jail. Same shit. Cernovich, or would it be Chernovich? Anyways, Cernovich included in his tweet a link to a New York Post article from last January that documented allegations from a teenage sex trafficking victim who claimed that the company did not remove pornographic images of the 13. Wow. Because the company didn't find a violation. 13. We're not even talking about 14-year-olds, man. Wow. It is a crime that they refused to take action on child exploitation for years. Musk responded to Chernovich's tweet. Dorsey responded, "This is false." "No, it's not." Musk responded to Dorsey. When Ella Irwin, who now runs Trust and Safety, joined Twitter earlier this year, almost no one was working on child safety. She raised this with Ned and Parek, but they rejected her staffing request. I made it top priority immediately. So, no, it's not. When Ella Irwin, who runs Trust and Safety, joined Twitter earlier this year and was working on child safety, she raised with Ned and Park, but rejected safety. I made it top priority immediately. Okay, so this is the actual tweet. Okay, I see what they're doing. At the same time, Twitter CFO Ned Segal, hopefully he's not related to Steven Seagal, which, by the way, funny story on Steven Seagal later, was spending millions of dollars on Warrior seats. Super messed up priorities. Must continue. At the time, Ned was spending millions of dollars on Warrior seats. Super messed up priorities. So they're just basically showing us a track. Okay. So, but anyways, I don't want to spend too much time on it. All right. So my only point is that, you know, Twitter was trying to grandstand this whole concept of how they were this safe platform and everything was, you know, hunky dory. They cared about, you know, Black Lives Matter, all this other stuff. Everyone is, oh, love. Well, we got a 13-year-old who said that they had inappropriate pictures of her. And I don't know about you guys. And again, I don't have children, but if I had a 13-year-old daughter and she had pictures on Twitter that Twitter was not suppressing that were inappropriate, I mean, do I need to go further with this shit? Right? All right. Let's see here. This was the, we're going to go through these really quick because and I am losing my internet connection again. So Twitter released a bunch of different posts. Okay. A bunch of different posts. This was the third post as soon as it decides to let me reopen it. And it was about suppression. Yeah, I'm losing the internet again. But because I'm wondering, this is just a personal thought. I'm wondering if Elon is doing this for a reason. I'm wondering if he's politically motivated. I mean, I don't think he's going to make a lot of money with Twitter, and I think he's accepted that. I think he's doing the whole Twitter thing just because he knows it's going to help him politically. That being said, okay, you know, if that is true, And I've heard some pretty nasty things about him. Okay, like I've heard that he's anti-military. There's no proof of this at all. Okay, I've heard that he's anti police, stuff like that. I've seen no proof of this. There are people trying to say this, but now we have heard him say that there were going to be certain things he was going to try to implement, like the chip or whatever. On a couple of things. I think he said it on Joe Rogan too. I could be wrong on that, but. My only point is don't look at Elon as like this giant savior. Okay. Like let's see what this guy does with everything, first, then let's cheer him afterwards. So far, he's on pretty good. I still don't agree with what he did with Alex Jones and the other person. I mean, Kanye is crazy, but I mean, guys, you suppress one stupid motherfucker, you got to suppress all stupid motherfuckers, so anyways, okay. So let's get this shared. Let's see here. Share. We got a comment. If anyone wants to check out this comic related art, yeah. By the way, Eric is an artist, very good. He's getting up there, man. He really is. I'm really proud of you, bro. You're getting your followers and everything. You're doing your shit, man. It's good stuff, dude. I can't wait to read one of your books, man. Definitely. Check out his stuff, guys. He's really cool. All right. Let's get that off. Okay. So this is called the Post 3. One threaded Twitter files removal of Donald Trump, Part 1, October 2020, January 6th. What happened on January 6th? The world knows much of the story of what happened between the riots at the Capitol on January 6th and the removal of President Donald Trump from Twitter on January 8th. We'll show you what has been revealed, the erosion of standards within the company in months before J6. Decisions, in Minecraft, YouTube, just in case. All of this is in Minecraft. Rank executives to violate their own policies and more against the backdrop of ongoing documented interaction. The first installment covers the period before the election through January 6th tomorrow. Schellberg will detail the chaos inside Twitter on January 7th. On Sunday, Bowers will reveal the secret internal communications from the key date of January 8th. Now, okay, so what he's saying is they're going, so today's Sunday, yesterday was Saturday, okay? So, and he's doing this on purpose. Like I said, he has a reason why he's doing this, okay? This is the first sitting head of state to ever be suspended. Because remember, they banned a sitting president from Twitter. Okay? I mean, granted, okay, the arguments of it's a private company, they can do whatever the fuck they want to, totally understand. I got you. I understand. But, dude, you banned a sitting president. The ball's on you, right? Whatever your opinion on the decision to remove Trump that day, the internal communications at Twitter between January 6th and January have clear historical import. Even Twitter's employees understood in the moment. It was a landmark moment in the annals of speech. 1626. Boom. As soon as they finished banning Trump, Twitter execs started processing new power. They prepared to ban future presidents and White Houses, perhaps even Joe Biden. The new administration says one exec will not be suspended by Twitter unless absolutely necessary. This is 1813. 10 seconds past. As stated in our, Twitter feed, whatever, blah, blah, blah. If it is clear that another account is being used for the purposes of evading a ban, it is also subject to suspension. For government accounts such as @POTUS and @White House. God damn. We will not suspend those accounts, but will take action to limit their use. However, these accounts will be transitioned over the new administration in due course and will not be suspended by Twitter unless absolutely necessary to alleviate real-world harm. So, and remember, okay, the same thing with hate speech. When you have a group of people or an organization create their rules for what they deem to be harmful, sky's the limit. Okay? What was that guy's message last week? Bags of kale. Okay? What if someone says bags of kale are harmful? So we ban anyone that talks about bags of kale. It's literally open to interpretation for anyone that controls it. And anything that they deem necessary, that they consider to be harmful, X-nay on that shit. Twitter execs removed Trump in part over what one executive called the context surrounding actions by Trump and supporters over the course of election, and frankly, the last 4+ years. In the end, they looked at a broad picture, but that picture can cut both ways. Now, remember, 2020 was the summer of love. We had Molotov cocktails, beatings, grapings, murders in the street all over the country, committed by mostly peaceful protesters, all involving LGBTQ+, Antifa, and Black Lives Matter, and feminist organizations. But January 6th was the worst day in history compared to 9/11 and compared to Pearl Harbor from certain people in politics. Harris! Man, got that frog in my throat. All right. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Okay. I mean, it's one thing after another, man. Basically them just, stating exactly what they were going to do. And he's just outing everyone in Twitter. He's basically just saying, look, enough's enough. I don't think that he's doing this specifically so that, he can, be president or be elected senator or whatever. But I do think he's doing it for a reason. I just don't know what it is, obviously. Dude, you're more than welcome, bro. Yeah, man. Everybody that wants their stuff blasted here, man. I'll put it up on the screen. Remember to go there, like and subscribe. Guys, remember to like and subscribe and share the videos that I do, please. Get the message out there as much as possible. I have new art that will appear in Indelible. I almost said inedible. Comics Coloring Book number 2. It is being formatted to be published and printed at the time of posting here. It should be on Amazon. Because he's a part of CG. And CG's a kind of a mom and pop comic place. Pops was on earlier. Pops is one of the main guys there. And it's just good comics, man. If Dillard ever comes on, you guys will see Dillard here too. He's an artist and a writer too. I personally don't think any leader of the country should have Twitter while they are in post. They work for voters. I've actually had that discussion too, TJ. I mean, besides the fact that Donald Trump was incredibly entertaining, I said this when he first got elected. I wish he would have just shut the fuck up. If Donald Trump would have shut the fuck up in the election against Biden in that second debate, I think Trump would have won. But he made himself look like a child, man, up there. I've said that several times. I think Trump's biggest problem with himself is he doesn't know when to shut up. He makes great points, but then he'll shove his foot in his mouth and make himself sound really stupid. So yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Not completely, but me and you were pretty much the same on that. It boggles the mind, the narrative they were following, continue to follow, and infected with lies. And I'll even add on to that, Eric. It boggles my mind that there's 48 to 52% of the country that doesn't know about the things we're talking about right now because all they do is watch one platform and they only get one source of news. So, because I'll walk up to people on the street as soon as I can figure out I've got to make a little bit more money, guys, with my business. And then I'm going to start doing live interviews. I know how much the chest rig costs now. I know how much the camera is. But I'm not gonna blow that money yet until I know that I have it and I can back it up. But I will be doing live interviews on the street with a microphone with people at some of the events that I go to, and I'm gonna have that chest rig set up. I'm gonna have the camera and everything so it can actually be good quality. But when I do talk to people at the events that I go to, I mean, the amount of ignorance, because it's not stupidity. These guys are not morons. Okay, it's ignorance because they're not paying attention. I mean, there are people out there that still think that Trump said all Mexicans are racist and all Mexicans are drug dealers and rapists and stuff like that. They really do believe that. And when you show them the video, I've actually pulled the video up and showed them what he actually said. It's usually one of two responses. It's the response of, wow, I've never seen that video before. It's always cut. Or the other people just walk away. They just walk away. That's all they do. They literally just walk away. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, so this one's called The Death of the American Dollar. Let's see here. Pop this up. I'll get you guys comments just a second. Hang on. All right. Indelible Comics is a part of Comicsgate, but they don't care if anyone is or not. Oh, cool. I didn't know that, man. They're an indie publisher that is reviving the old Dell Comics line. Okay, very cool, dude. Very cool. Libs and leftists hate conservatives and Trump so much they don't care. Cost the rest of you say, yeah. See, and that's true, man. Like, and okay, because I'm a typical Marine, okay, infantryman. So I don't care left or right. I care about the Constitution and the flag and what's good for my country. I don't give a shit who the president is, as long as the president takes care of my country. I don't give a shit. And I don't care what race you are. I don't care what your sexual preference is. None of that shit matters to me. What matters to me is the way the world sees us, okay? Whether we're stupid or not, and whether or not we've got a competent leader. Dude, why is that so hard for people to understand? Okay? America, whether or not people like it or not, America is the center of the world. So we're supposed to be a specific way. That's just reality. Sorry, TJ. All right, so, all right, I don't want to scroll down there. So China's Xi Jinping calls for oil trade and the One at Gulf Summit in Riyadh. I don't know how to say it. Saudi Crown Prince heralds historic new phase of relations with China. Now, to rewind, you guys remember when a certain president of the United States of America recently went over to Saudi Arabia and basically begged for help, and they laughed at him? And what were we just talking about? How we're seen by the rest of the world? Boom. Now, if you guys don't pay attention to the stock market, I am not a trader. I am not an economist. Do not take my advice on anything that has to do with stocks whatsoever, and in Minecraft just in case. Okay? Dude, the ebb and flow of the stock market is our import-export, man. It's all about how much money we make and how much money the rest of the world can make on us. That's what the stock market is. Okay? You watch after this shit, man. This is, boy, this is going to be bad. Okay, so there's the cool little picture. There's Xi Jinping. Okay. Xi Jinping during a summit with the Gulf Corporation council leaders in Riyadh, I guess the way it's said on Friday. So I'm trying to see here. So we got China, and then I think this is all Arab nations. I don't think there's anyone else there except for Arab nations in China. There's all the flags back there. There's the Chinese flag, right? Is that Canada? Looks like Canada. Might not be. But, okay. So, Riyadh, President Xi Jinping told Gulf Arab leaders on Friday that China would work to buy oil and gas in yuan. That's their dollar, I guess. A move that would support Beijing's goal to establish its currency internally. Yeah, so they're internationally. Xi was speaking in Saudi Arabia, where Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman hosted 2 milestone Arab summits with the Chinese leader, which showcased the powerful prince's regional heft as he courts partnerships beyond close historic ties to the West. Top oil exporter Saudi Arabia and economic giant China both sent strong messages during Xi's visit on non-interference. At the start of Friday's talks, Crown Prince Mohammed heralded a historic new phase of relations with China. It should have been us. Though Saudi Arabia and China signed several strategic and economic partnership deals, analysts said relations would remain anchored mostly by energy interests, though Chinese firms have made forays in technology infrastructure sectors. Now, this is not a conspiracy thing. Something I do want to point out. Go, take your tea. Give me some. Earl Grey, hot. Okay, so something about this, okay? And this is something that I guess a lot of people don't understand. Let's see what Eric said. Xi Jinping wants to trade the cream of some young boy for barrels of oil. Wayne's World, excellent. Yeah. No, dude, no, you're good. So, okay. Let's just say that this is all hypothetical. This is not real, okay? This is my military brain going here. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that China goes to war with someone, not America, just someone randomly, okay? I don't know. Let's say like Taiwan. And they need resources that the rest of the world has to use. China's going to go with people, and use people and pay people that they're already on good terms with. Okay, the whole reason why China did not invade Taiwan, this is my personal opinion, and a lot of my military brothers and sisters agree with me on this, was of the debacle still going on in Russia right now with Ukraine. Okay, they were basically looking at it and saying, oh, we don't want that to happen to us. Okay, so if China does decide to invade, a random country like Taiwan, they're going to have resources now. And I mean, their biggest issue is transport. Okay, transporting troops is their biggest issue. Same thing with Korea. It would be transporting the 2 million man army, whatever you want to call it. That's their biggest issue. Well, now if you ain't got to worry about fucking oil, and we're going to make the yuan more, the American dollar is already going down. If the yuan goes up, the American dollar is going to go down even more. Watch the stock market. Okay, it's going to happen. We're expecting a major crash in the stock market, okay? Sometime around January 1st, January 2nd, after the first of the year. That's what several people are reporting in Minecraft, just in case. This could hurt. I mean, we've already seen the diesel happen. We've already seen oil prices happen. So, I mean, be ready, guys, for anything, I guess. You never know. All right. Let's see here. All right. Okay. This is let's keep the children safe. Yeah. I had to read this, a couple times before I really yeah, this is the Gateway Pundit. I said I had several from them today. So cross-dressing book for pre-K students. Cross the line. Jacob's new dress. Guest post by Michael Ryan with permission from Real Clear Wire. Okay, so let's just see what this has to say here. A school district that gave preschoolers a book on cross-dressing has changed its procedures for giving out books after news of the incident surfaced last week. Okay. Okay. As first reported exclusively by The Lion, hey, at least they're citing people this time, because remember, this is Gateway Pundit and the Heartlander. All right. News cites a 4-year-old preschooler in Turner School District in Kansas City, Kansas. Took home the book, Jacob's New Dress. It's a picture book in which a little boy wears girls' clothes and even competes with his friend Emily to be a princess. I don't think this should be, obviously, any kind of subject for a school to be speaking about. I agree with that. Jim Clay, the 4-year-old's grandfather, told The Lion, the sexualization of, now keep in mind also, a grandfather of a 4-year-old could be like a 50-year-old guy, okay, possibly in his late 40s. The sexualization of our children in society today is just disgusting. The blooming Minecraft that's taking place is disgusting. At the end of the week, Clay reported the Turner District had explained what happened and what changes will be made to prevent such a sexually provocative book being tendered to young children. And, okay, again, they're sneaking this shit in, okay? Remember the article last week we talked about where they didn't want the children to tell their parents about people transitioning, or the article about them not wanting to talk about the children self-deleting? No shit. They don't want the parents to know. They, what was it, 2020, when they labeled parents that gave a shit about their kids in school, they labeled them domestic terrorists. Yeah. Anyways, the district statement to Clay and apparently others says it's clear its early childhood program began accepting once weekly donated books last year from local nonprofit Literacy KC. Such partnerships, the district said, help it expand resources and community outreach. Please be assured that these books were not a part of district's curriculum. We're not required reading, and were sent home to be read at the discretion of parents. The district wrote without naming the book in question or explaining how it escaped district notice. Moving forward, our district staff will be pre-approving all books and activities provided by Literacy KC to ensure they're age appropriate and align with our district's curriculum and additional mission. Okay, I call bullshit. Okay, because here's the deal. when I was in school, I mean, I'm an old guy too. Okay. When I was in school, they wouldn't let us read books. There was a constant screening. Like, what's the one that's huge? They always say it's the conspiracy one, the one that if you read, your MK Ultra pops up. I couldn't read it until after I got out of high school. I'll remember it in a second. But there were several books. Catcher in the Rye. Okay, we could not read Catcher in the Rye. It was banned from all schools. We couldn't get the book. So I call bullshit on this, especially in Kansas. They banned like certain things like singing certain songs in Kansas. So I call bullshit on this. I think this is a smear campaign for them trying to save themselves. You know, it was donated. That's total bullshit. Just like genderqueer. They try to do the same thing with genderqueer. We didn't know. Sorry, guys. You're full of shit. You look at every single book that comes in, and let's just say for the sake of argument that it did manage to slip past your very good eyes and able to detect bullshit meter or whatever, you know, you're telling me that your teacher that was handing out said books, and I mean, how many books are we talking about here? Three pre-K classes would be what? I mean, let's just say there's 30 students per class, right? So that's 90 books plus maybe 3 or 4 for teachers or whatever. So you're telling me that 120 books or 90 books just slipped through the cracks and no one saw what it was? No teacher, no principal, no counselor, no one? Double bird. All right? Go fuck yourself. You knew what it was. You put it in the fucking schools anyways. You didn't give a shit. You're trying to change our fucking children. You're trying to get them young. We know what you're doing. You evil, satanic fucks. Leave our kids alone. That's all I got to say about that. What we got? All right. Physically, mentally, and most importantly, spiritually, we have to be prepared. Yeah, no shit, man. Words fail me. I know, dude. I know. But hey, I'm the bad guy because I cuss, because I'm blunt, because I'm honest, and because I'm loud. Remember that. I'm the bad guy. Okay? If any of my videos ever get to any of these, rainbow police or voice police or thought police, they're going to blast me for being exactly what I am. All right. And I'm not doing anything except for reporting what other people are doing. Right. But I'll be the bad guy. Remember that, Eric. Yeah. Funny how that shit works out. Right. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So they took a poll recently, a collegiate poll of students and how they felt about expressing their own opinions in school. Roughly 60% of students fear expressing their views in higher education. There is a new poll out, and it's strikingly similar to the polls previously featured on this blog. By the way, this is a new one. Jonathan Turley, I think, what is this? Res Espa La Quitter, The Thing Itself Speaks. I don't think we've ever had them on here before. I think this is a Twitter account, maybe. I don't know. All right, so there is a new poll out, and it is strikingly similar to the polls previously featured on this blog on free speech and intellectual diversity in higher education, which doesn't exist. The Buckley annual survey found that almost 60% of college students fear sharing an opinion in classrooms or on campuses. Excuse me. That tracks other polls by different groups. Yet, colleges and universities continue to exclude Republican and conservative faculty members and maintain environments of speech intolerance. The poll shows a sharp increase from just last year, with 63% reporting feeling intimidated and sharing opinions different than their peers. This is almost identical to the 65% found in other polls. The poll of over 800 students, it's not bad. I would prefer if it was 1,000, but I mean, 800 is a good start. 1,000 is usually the number you want to go with. You want to take 1,000 subsamples from another 1,000 subsamples and compare the differences. That's really what you want to do. Including many liberal students, as reflected in the 67% who would require all professors and administrators to make statements in favor of diversity, equity, and inclusion. God, I hate those words. Half of the students believe America is inextricably linked to white supremacy. Yeah, no shit. And another 33% would prefer to live in a socialist system. Oh my God. Why don't you go ask Brittany Griner how that social system's working? The poll tracks earlier polls showing a rising, I wonder if there were strippers in there. Pun. Okay. Yeah, it was cheeky. I know. Sorry. A rising viewpoint intolerance that now characterizes higher education in America. That intolerance is reflected in the overwhelmingly Democratic and liberal makeup of faculties. A new survey of 65 departments in various states found that 33 do not have a single registered Republican. Dude, do those numbers. I'll read it again. A new survey of 65 separate departments in various states, I wonder how many states it was, found that 33 out of 65 do not have a single registered Republican. For these departments, the systemic elimination of Republican faculty has finally reached zero. But there is still a little recognition of the crushing bias reflected in these numbers. Others, as discussed below, have defended the elimination of conservative or Republican faculty as entirely justified and commendable overall. Registered Democrats outnumber registered Republicans by a margin of 10-1. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, okay, this has been talked about for years now. Okay, they're getting you from, I believe it was Stalin. Someone fact check me on this, but I believe it was Stalin that was quoted as saying that you could not beat America with guns or tanks or bombs. Okay, you can only beat them from within and from their children. And surprisingly enough, in the book 1984, there's a specific section on where a child has his father imprisoned. All right. You get them through their kids, guys. That's the way it works. You destroy a great country like America from within, not from outside. So I know nobody attacks us. The survey found 61 Republican professors across 65 departments at 7 universities, while it also found 600, and so it's 7 universities. Also found 667. I wonder if it was 666. Professors identified as Democrats based on their political party registration for voting. 10-1, man. So, okay, I mean, like, we could beat a dead horse on this shit, but I'm tired to forbid. Have a great dude, man. Hey, man, you stayed for fucking almost an hour, bro. Do your thing, man. You guys are awesome, man. You stay, you go, you do your thing. I mean, I'm happy you guys are over here. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a show, man. You know what I mean? It's just the way it works, bro. All right. So, but look, all this is telling you is the same thing it's always telling you. Watch your kids. Be careful. You know, make sure that, you know what's going on in their schools. You know, go to the parent-teacher conferences. Go to the school events. I mean, you know, it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. You know, collegiate levels or not. And I would also check the schools out before your kids join them too. Twitter's underhanded actions targeting libs of TikTok revealed in the new Twitter files released. The latest release of the Twitter files Thursday evening revealed, this is Thursday evening, leftists at the highest level of the company, who have all since been fired or been forced to resign, targeted one of the most popular right-wing accounts on the platform with repeated suspensions despite the fact they secretly admitted that she did not do anything wrong. Journalist Bari Weiss released a long Twitter thread in which she showed how Twitter built blacklists, preventing disfavored tweets. What is this from, by the way? This is Daily Wire. Okay. Thread in which she showed how Twitter built blacklists, preventing disfavored tweets from trending on the platform and actively limited the visibility of entire accounts and even trending topics in secret without informed uses. Weiss noted that different layers of censorship that existed at Twitter, that the highest level was site integrity policy escalation support known as SIPPES. Yeah, SIPPES. Sit Pets. Huh. The secret group included, that's conspiracy, by the way, guys. 3 more. The secret group included head of legal policy and trust, Vijaya. I'm not. Gotti, the global head of trust and safety, Yoel Roth, subsequent CEOs Jack Dorsey and Parag Agarwal, and others, Weiss said. It's 4. This is where the biggest, most political sensitive. Oh, by the way, this is that chick. It's her and Jack Dorsey that were on with Tim Pool and Joe Rogan. And they said they knew nothing about this and they would check on it. They lied on live YouTube in front of Tim Pool, Joe Rogan, and millions of viewers. Remember that. It's crazy. This is where the biggest, most political sensitive decisions got made. Think high follower count, controversial. Another Twitter employee told us for these, there would be no ticket or anything. So like basically good basketball player versus bad basketball player. Weiss showed how Libs of TikTok was placed on Trends blacklist, that a special note was placed on the account that said actions could not be taken on the account without consulting with CIPES. Barry Weiss replying at Barras, December 8, 2022. 15. This is where the biggest, most politically sensitive decisions got made. Okay, right here. This thing. Do not take action on user without consulting CIPES. Wow. It's right there. Damn. Transbot, it's all right there, man. You guys are fucked. Good. The account which Chaya Rychek began in November 2020 is now boasts over 1.4 million followers, was subjected to 6 suspensions in 2022 alone. Rychek says each time Rychek was blocked from posting for as long as a week, Weiss said. Twitter repeatedly informed Rychek that she had been suspended for violating Twitter's policy against hateful conduct. How long do we got to do this, man? All right. What's up? How was the team? Remember, I asked for Earl Grey. Hot. Dude. But, okay. And they're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep making updates. They're going to keep doing all of this. Twitter's going to keep releasing stuff. This is not done. I guarantee it. He's got a lot of stuff up his sleeve. Again, I just don't know what he's doing it for. I mean, he's not trying to run for office, right? All right. This is the last, I think this is the last news article I have. And then we can get into the videos. All right. This is public service loan forgiveness for collegiate level. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. 360,000 student loan borrowers received $24 billion in forgiveness from fixed to public service loan forgiveness. Biden administration's fix to the public service loan forgiveness program has benefited hundreds of thousands of borrowers. More relief is on the way. By the way, this is CNBC. Okay. In October 2021, the Biden administration announced a 1-year opportunity for student loan borrowers pursuing the public service. This was the one where he was saying up to, what was it, 20,000 in loan forgiveness, I think, to get closer to being debt-free. Signed into law by then President George W. Bush in 2007, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program allows certain nonprofit and government employees to have their federal student loans canceled after 10 years or 120 payments. However, the program has been plagued by problems, making people who actually get the relief a rarity. Thanks to the policy fix known as limited PSLF waiver, close to 360 borrowers have now qualified for $24 billion in loan forgiveness, according to this Department of Education data last higher education report. Okay, it's basically them saying, case in point, that yes, Earl Grey, it's amazing. I have 18 different types of tea in my house, TJ. 18, if not more. All right, so yeah, Earl Grey is just my favorite. But and I drink my tea straight. Unless it's chai tea, nothing goes in it. Like chai tea is the only one that I don't drink straight hot. You might find me put lemon in my green tea sometimes. I have to be in a certain mood though. Yes. So, if you've seen the famous video of the dad walking up to the senator, Pocahontas and Pelosi, I think both got asked this. But there's a dad walking up to one of them. I can't remember which one it is. But he's like, so do I get my money back for spending money on my kid now that I've already paid off the loan? And she's like, no. They don't really think this shit through, like they don't understand, that it's pretty fucked up. Let's see. No, dude, man, you do your thing, bro. Again, I really like how you guys are so integrated, man. You guys really know how to make a guy feel special. But I'm not for the loan forgiveness program. I'm sorry, but if you take a loan out, you got to pay it back. I mean, I took a loan out, and I didn't know what it was. I was younger, and I was making my payments on it, and then something to do with something Obama did. He wiped all the military debt clean. He said if you'd join the service, whatever. And I remember when that happened, I was like, fuck. I was making my payments, they weren't that much. I was barely getting by. But I remember thinking to myself, I was like, wow, that's kind of fucked up. I've been making my payments, but I know for a fact there were people that I was in school with that weren't making their payments, but they kept asking for more money. And then, because I remember at a certain point, I was like, I don't want any more money. They kept, because when you're in college, they're shoving these loans at you. You get called in once a month. You need to get another loan, and it's like, no, I'm good. I owe enough money, so it's fine. Be a brash American. He can cope. Dude. No, TJ, despite popular belief, most Americans are not like me. I'm actually much louder. I think it's because I'm from Texas, though, to be honest. I don't know. Because, I met very few men that were loud like me and as abrupt, But, no, actually, most Americans are pretty pleasant. They really are. Not Canadian level pleasant, obviously, but I'm joking. It's a joke, eh? All right. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, we're at video. Yes, video time. Okay, so we're gonna run through these because we're at an hour and 37. I know some of you guys probably want to get out of here. Yeah. Well, if Vic ever came on my show, I would hope that Vic would bust my balls the way I bust his balls. But Vic never comes on my show. Some of the rudest people I've ever met in my life are from your country. True facts. All right. Especially people from France. Obviously, I know you're not in France. Okay. I know that's not your country. But dude, the French are so fucking rude, man. And they think that you don't know they're being rude. It's like, just because you have a ridiculous accent doesn't mean that I can't tell you're being an asshole. Fucking Frenchie. Good shit. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. This is Trump versus Biden. I'm surprised they don't have people covering cameras. And she's like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Oh, I dropped something. I thought it was hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, God, that's fucking hilarious, dude. I love that shit. All right, next one. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. I hear that when I'm driving past some of the football games.
This Brittany Griner situation.
Yes.
Right? Brittany Griner is imprisoned right now in Russia because she went over there to play basketball and she had cannabis
Hash
oil,
oil or some
vape
shit.
cartridges
So,
that she had on her.
Yeah.
I don't know if she just didn't know they were illegal or if she tried to sneak them in, and she might do 10 years in jail over there, which is horrific.
But let's
She's-
also clarify.
She's already
It
been
was
over there for
9.
months. But here's what's important.
But this
People
is
are, but hold on.
Yeah.
People are freaking out about this, right? They're freaking out. Russia needs to let her go. We have people in America right now locked up for marijuana.
Thank
and they've
you.
been locked up for
Thank you.
for years
That's
and years
funny.
and years. And there's not one.
That's
there's
funny.
thousands of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
So what?
yeah.
They're not good at throwing a fucking ball into a net.
yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
They're not good at that one thing that we like to watch.
Oh,
So
dude.
those fucking people don't
Yeah.
get let out.
Such an incredible point. We just released a terrorist for someone who smokes pot. Well, we have people locked up for smoking pot in this country. Joe Rogan nails it, as always.
Yeah, and again, just like I said earlier, we've got all these people, right? We have all these people that in probably every state, right? I mean, it's probably not a false fact. Every state probably has people that are in prison right now or in jail for being caught with marijuana, whatever amount of substance it has to be. And we just did the worst trade in history, spy-wise, to Russia for a chick that broke the law for marijuana. But we can't release the people that are still sitting in jail in our own country for the same shit? Am I alone in this? Is this not clown world? Take your stupid pills. We have to. True that. Frenchies have their own thing. They do. Great food, horrible people. Sexy women, though. Dude, that French accent on some of those chicks, dude. Makes a man want to do bad things. Excuse me. This one's called Meanwhile in Russia from our buddy John Talks. Love John Talks, man. He's great. He's been on Nerdrotic. Dude, I really like watching him, man. If you guys ever checked out his channel, go check him out. John Talks. It's good. It's good stuff. I have no problem promoting him on my channel. We're not worthy.
Конечно, меня очень позабавило, хотя не удивило, то, что обменяли Бута все-таки на Грайнер, а не на Уилна. Я, во-первых, поздравляю Бута, поздравляю всю его семью. Мы много лет были на связи с его семьей, насколько было это возможно с ним самим. Как-то, насколько это было возможно, общались. Это, конечно, огромная радость, облегчение для всех нас. Ну, для всех нас, ладно, что это для семьи, я даже не могу себе представить. Но то, что его обменяли не на героя-разведчика.
Не, пиарну.
Ведь он же разведчик. Уиллан, да? Он разведчик. Его приняли,
Шпион.
что называется, при передаче информации на флешке. Он там рассказывал, что это он на флешке хотел, вот ему должны были фотографии церквей Сергио Посада передать на флешке. Фотографии церквей по WhatsApp друг другу передают. Правда же, как мы берем? Смотри, где я был. Для этого флешку не приносит. Вполне себе нормального качества, не хуже, чем на флешке. Он разведчик. Ну, для нас он шпион, для них он разведчик, то есть герой. Он морпех. Он увешан орденами. У него одна проблема, две. Проблема первая, три. Проблема первая, он белый. Вторая, он мужчина. Третья, он, судя по всему, все-таки гетеро. Знаешь, а этого сейчас вообще не прощают. Это катастрофа.
Не, ну Грайнер
И
здесь
ты понимаешь,
бьет его по всем
и
параметрам.
как...
They know it, and our own people don't. We don't need to play the rest of the video. You know what they're going to say. They're laughing at us. They're making fun of us. Dude, we're a laughing stock in a country that hates us. And the Biden administration doesn't give a shit. Dude, what's up, Super Spur? What's up, man? Yeah, I know. All right, Spur, it's playing. It's Super Spur. Yeah, dude. What's up? Dude, okay. You got a Russian chick and everybody on the board just calling Whalen a super spy and, you know, whatever. I don't know why. Dude, if he's got pictures of something on a flash drive and that's why they got a guy in a jail cell, go fuck yourself, Russia. Let our guy go. Okay? But, dude, she said it. I didn't say it. Quentin didn't say it. She said it. He's got 3 strikes against him. He doesn't fit in that hierarchy of the super special freaking group of Americans, right? No, he's white, he's military, and he did his country proud. No, you can't. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. You really can't. This is fucked up, man. And they're gonna keep doing this shit. They're gonna keep doing this shit to us. And our enemies, China, North Korea, and Russia, they're just gonna laugh at us and make fun of us on national television. And we won't do a goddamn thing about it because we got pussies in the fucking White House. And that's an insult to pussies because, you know, I like pussy. It's good shit. Anyways, all right. So that was Meanwhile in Russia. Okay. I really like this one. This one was good. Okay, now Grant, okay, I know he's big. I know he's a big dude. We said earlier, dude, at the beginning of the podcast, man, Russia created the spy, man. They're the best spies in the world. All right, so check this out. Because this is good stuff right here. This is ingenious. I know the guy's a big dude, but he's got to have incredible arm strength and endurance. There's no sound. He's a big boy. Look, he's got his little headband on. Look at him. You know, I want to try this just to see if I can do it. Because I was thinking about it, right? I mean, he's got to do that like what? Probably 40 times? Up and down. I mean, and that's a big dude. Like, he's not a small fry, man. Look at that. That's what? I mean, that's a pretty steep incline. That's probably an 18 pitch, probably. And he's just like, doop, 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 doop. Got his little headband on. Probably got some 80s music playing over there. Dude, that's pretty pimp. I'm sorry. I know. It's stupid, but I loved it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I liked it too. Russian high data, better server. Yeah, I mean, dude, Russia and Korea and China are great spies, man. They're making us look like fucking idiots right now. Well, we're definitely helping ourselves. Let's see. Okay, now, you guys know how I try to motivate people to lose weight, stay in shape, stay healthy, eat good. This is what I'm talking about, okay? This guy, look, if this guy ever sees, you know, my video, man, you are an inspiration to us all. And you keep it up, dude. You live your life and you keep doing what you're doing, man. All right? We should all be like you. £406.
On this kind of journey, adventure, whatever, to truly love life again. And now me and Layla are hitting the road, drive across the country, do all the hikes, see all the sights.
Humanity. Dude, just, man, stop making excuses. Just get out there and do it. You know, and everyone's, you know, I've heard people say, well, that's easy to say because, you know, you're in decent shape. Dude, I was 317 fucking pounds. Watch my content. 317 pounds. I had 42, 44 inch waist? Dude, you get up off of your ass, you stop eating the Twinkies and the bonbons, and you make a difference. No one, and I mean no one, is going to do it other than you. That dude was 406 pounds. What are you going to say? I mean, seriously. And something else on that note. Okay, look. I get asked this question a lot. It's like, well, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Like, I mean, something as simple as this. Like, seriously, you want to make a change in your life, right? And this will change your life overnight. Okay, tell this to all your friends, all my fans that are watching this. If you have someone that is in this situation, tell them this. It's all about baby steps, right? You got to crawl before you walk, and you got to walk before you run. You got to run before you sprint. Okay? Look, do 20 sit-ups a day. 20 sit-ups a day, 5 days in a row. All right? Try to do 10 push-ups. If you can't do regular push-ups, do push-ups on your knee. And then when you can do those good, try to do 10 push-ups regular. Walk for 20 minutes. Just walk for 20 minutes and get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. You do that. You do that, and I promise you, you will change your life. Okay? All right? Eating healthy is a part of it, but you do that first. Then we'll worry about the diet afterwards. It's real simple. Change your life. You just watch a dude, 406 pounds. He changed his whole life. Okay? Let's see what we got. Let's see here. When you do it, record it. Didn't happen otherwise. No shit, right? If it ain't on video, it ain't real. Just like Russia had database server in Cambodia, running computers, collecting bitcoins until Khmer government let FBI come in and arrest them. And the FBI probably knew about that all the time. Those Russians were doing good, though, giving away free education around the books. Interesting. I didn't know that, man. All right. Coming to a close here. All right. 5 videos left, guys, and we're out of here. Okay. This is Matt Walsh. He's the what is a woman guy in Minecraft YouTube? Because, apparently that's an offensive question now. If sex doesn't matter, why does it matter if a man's present or not? I was worried about that. That's a weird question, right? Oh, shit. My bad. Funny. Here we go.
Would have large-scale, long-term studies about the effects of these drugs and these surgeries on children when we only started doing it to children at a large scale a few years ago.
I think scale is probably one of the more prevalent challenges of these studies.
Okay, so we're already hearing that there are challenges in these studies. If you want to even begin to claim that a study has proven that castrating and sterilizing little boys helps them in the long run, then you would need to have a large sample size of children who've gone through these procedures, and we've checked back with them in adulthood to see how they're doing. Those studies do not exist. They can't exist because we weren't doing this to kids at anywhere near this scale even 5 years ago, let alone 10 years ago. What that tells us, Jacob, is that the kids we have right now, they are the sample. Okay, they are an experiment. We are experimenting on children right now.
Right now. And no one gives a shit. No one cares. People just apply it like a routine, like going to school. But eventually you're going to be able to do, 40 sit-ups. You're going to be able to do, 15 push-ups. You'll be able to walk for 30 minutes. There's other key things too, but they're going to try to tell you that I've had the argument produced to me that, the transitioning helps the self-deleting ratio. I'm like, no, it doesn't. We've already proven that that's bullshit. It actually gets a fractional worse. It goes from like 41% to like 41.7% or something like that. I forget what the number is. No, stop experimenting on our kids. Leave our kids alone, man. I keep my drawing and exercise routine like a samurai. Okay, I gotta know more. I'm pretty methodical about mine too, Super Spur. All right. This one's pretty good. All right, this is our boy. We've shown him a few times. He's back. Our redneck with the beard. He got some more logic to say.
Wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo.
Probably because you're just an asshole and nobody gives a shit about your opinion.
Ding,
and
ding,
you're nobody special. You're just a basketball player. You get paid to dribble a ball. That's it. That's your job. I have a question for you.
Why aren't you doing anything with the slave camps, concentration camps, and unlivable conditions that China and these other countries have to live in to produce Nike shoes that you got paid $1 billion from? Why don't you start there with your human rights, you fuck?
I was wondering.
What's funny is okay, he wasn't the first person to bring that up. That basketball player, the one that everybody got mad at because he wouldn't kneel and he wouldn't wear the Black Lives Matter shirt, he called him out on that shit. Oh, I believe it was an interview that he did on like television, and millions of people heard him. You know, LeBron James didn't have a response for that shit. Yeah, LeBron, go freaking keep your opinions to yourself, man. If you got something constructive to say, dude. We don't care. Let's see here. Because your skill is like a dull blade that needs cost. No shit, dude. You got to constantly do it all the time, man. All the time. Otherwise, you just get old and rusting. My chiropractor said something really cool 6 months ago to me. He's like, because I asked him, I said, man, why is this sore? Why is it sore? He's like, because you're fucking old. But the trick is, you know, you're moving. You're keeping a constant motion. Because, you know, you'll see these, 60-year-olds, 65-year-olds, and they look like they're 80, 90 years old because they've been sitting down smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol every day instead of going out and staying healthy. And you'll see a 60-year-old or a 7-year-old that looks like he's 40. Look at Sylvester Stallone and Tulsa King, dude. That chick thought he was a hard 55 when she was banging him. The slut, the fucking, what is she? Alcohol, drugs, and tobacco slut or whatever. Yeah. Like, and he's like, I'm 75. He just fucked the shit out of her. She was walking weird afterwards. Yeah. Go fig, right? Here we go. Then you hit his ass. You know, I keep waiting for, because like Sean Penn is always doing this stupid shit, right? Like Sean Penn gave Zavorsky, whatever the name of the Ukrainian president is, he gave him a fucking one of his awards. Dude, Sean Penn, you're a prick. Okay? Like if you like Ukraine so much, man, go live there, bro. Seriously, dude. Go live there. Remember, the guy that's in charge of Ukraine wanted to drop many nukes to prove a point. He's not the good guy. I don't think any of them are good guys. I feel bad for the Ukrainian people, but the more and more information that comes out about the Ukrainians, the more and more it seems like they're just as bad as the fucking Russians in some ways, which is really fucked up, man. Because, everyone's like flying their flags in America, and it's looking like that dude's just as bad as fucking, little man syndrome in Russia. Fucker. All right, so let's see here. I titled this one, This is Really Sad. Which one was this one? Oh, yeah. This is great. You're going to love this shit. All right. This is pretty fucked up.
This is a perfect example of why we should cancel the N-word. This college quarterback, or soon-to-be college quarterback, just lost a scholarship because he was recorded singing a song that had the N-word, and he didn't, self-censor. Someone recorded it, uploaded it online. Tough. He says, I was in my car listening to rap music, rapping along to the words, and posted a video of it on social media. I deeply apologize for the words in the song I chose to say. It was hurtful, offensive to many people, and I regret that. Now, I don't think he should have apologized. I don't actually think he did anything wrong. He was just singing along to a song that he enjoyed from a rapper, probably black, that he enjoyed. If the word is bad, then stop putting the word in songs. If the word carries weight that you don't like, if it has meaning that you don't like, then don't call other black people, don't call your family and friends that word. Here's something that you got to think about. There's death and life in the power of the tongue. So those things that the weight that word carries, you're speaking that over yourself. Listen, we don't need the word. Cancel the word and stop canceling people.
I mean, I don't like any racial slur, period. But I mean, he makes a really good point, especially in today's society. Words have a severely larger meaning today, especially considering the fact that we don't follow that old rule of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Because words are apparently violence, and silence is violence, and hate speech is a damnable and prisonable and executionable thing to some people in our society here in America. He makes a good point. I like it. I like it a lot. Gangs are running Haiti. They eat people and so on. Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of shit in Haiti, man. They're fucked up over there for many different reasons. Meanwhile, Dufour, they are killing tons of Africans and their own people. Yeah, China too, bro. The Uyghurs. People don't have drinkable water in some parts of Africa. And I read in the Philippines, there's like, okay, so I'm being educated on this. So if I get this wrong, correct me. Because I have a lot of Filipino followers and Filipino followers for some reason. I don't know why. So there is a whole portion of families in the Philippines on all those different islands, right? And they don't have indoor plumbing. They don't have washing machines, dryers. They don't exist. Okay. And some of the houses they live in don't even have walls. So like the front of the house will not even have a wall. They'll just have 3 walls and then everything's inside. And then they'll have a screen to block the mosquitoes or something in the front. Okay. And I didn't know that. I don't know people still live that way. And it's like a huge, large part of the population. So if you're not, it's just like it was in Iraq. If you are outside of a certain distance from the city, you live in these conditions. That's the way it is. So they don't have it. And if you live outside the city and you don't live in those conditions, you're very rich in the Philippines. I didn't know that shit. Yep. I'll be going the first of the year, dude. Learn hand wash my clothes in Vietnam planes. Well, they taught us to hand wash our clothes in the Marines. So, that was the first time I ever hand washed my clothes, but I know how to do it. When I go over there, I'm specifically bringing soap just in case. I land in Manila, but I'll be traveling all over. I'm going to be trying to set up a construction company over there. So, if any of you guys know anybody over there, put in a good word for me. Don't kill the bald white dude. Although it's going to be kind of hard not to see me. I'll be like a foot taller than every person there. All right. I called this one, Can You Detect a Lie? Here we go. This is in one more, guys, and then we're done. We're already past the 2-hour mark. I'm starving.
Toxic masculinity does not exist. One way to conquer the world is to destroy masculinity in men. And they're succeeding by calling masculine men toxic and getting rid of a man's natural instincts. The word misogyny is being way overused by the media and by feminists to the point where even being the slightest bit masculine is called misogyny. And most of these women who are using the word misogyny don't even
know what it means.
And this is why men love guys like Andrew.
Something else too. Any person that uses the word misogyny, immediately ask them to define it. And then after they define it, ask them if they've ever heard of the word misandry. You win the argument immediately.
Andrew Tate. He's giving them a reason to be masculine again and saying it's okay to submit to your natural instincts as a man, while women are out here trying to take that power away from them.
Yeah, women becoming men is not sexy. For all of you feminists and LGBTQ plus man haters out there, okay, men do not want a woman that is masculine. Heterosexual men. It's not attractive at all. It probably is, man. I mean, think about it, dude. The washing machine is basically designed to be a hand washer, right? I mean, makes sense. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, one more, guys, and we're done. This is a pretty good bombshell. This is from Savati. He's one of the guys that's relatively, small on YouTube, but he's getting big. He's running it. I hope to be like him someday. But listen to this shit. This is great.
And I'm here with the great, amazing Gary Peters, who led the DSCC in such a great way, and he's been terrific. So they say all good things come to those who wait. And this outcome is absolutely worth the wait. After 1 year, 10 months, and 17 days of the longest 50-50 Senate in history, 51, a slim majority. That is great. And we are so happy about it.
Wait for it.
Next day. You're here to make a significant announcement. I've registered as an Arizona independent. I know some people might be a little bit surprised by this, but actually, I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, a growing number of Arizonans and people like me just don't feel like we fit neatly into one party's box or the other. And so, like many across the state and the nation,
What do you think that person is?
I've decided to leave that partisan process and really just focus on the work that I think matters to Arizona and to our country, which is solving problems and getting things done.
Wait. Oh, that's great, dude. That's great.
This is a great day for everybody. This is a great, great day.
So, now, okay, this is not necessarily the bombshell, obviously, but I mean, she could still vote either way, but I do think it's absolutely fucking hilarious. You know, in politics, I don't even know why I get surprised with shit anymore. It's always the same shit. It's always something every day, you know? So, all right. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's the truth, dude. Yeah, it was crazy. And Iraq was insane. I have to say, man, when I was in Iraq, Kuwait, and all the different countries I've been to, dude, yeah, I was surprised. Now, when we were in the Philippines, we pulled into Cebu, so like I didn't get to see what it was like in the country. I didn't go to the country, so I only saw what it was like. It's like, you know, when they pull in Australia, you know, like when you pull in Australia, you only stay at Sydney. You got to like take a taxi to go to the country. So, but all right, guys, final notes, final thoughts. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for the people that are here the entire time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Remember to be good to each other. Remember to be nice to each other. Okay, we can't exist without each other. This doesn't happen. For those meninists and feminists out there that hate the opposite gender, you're a fucking moron if you think that since the beginning of time, men and women have not needed each other to survive. You're an idiot. Wake the fuck up. For all of you racists out there that hate people for being born a specific color, or sexists out there that hate people being born with a penis or a vagina, you're a fucking moron too. Like, just stop. Get some help. Okay? Like, go see a fucking counselor, or get laid, or smoke a joint or something, man. I don't know. Because, dude, you're not helping anyone. Anyways, guys, be safe. Keep it real. Keep it 100. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Do not be afraid to say your opinion. You know, just be yourselves. What do we got here? You guys are talking to me. Let's see here. My vet friends tell me how people in Iraq survive. Yep. Dude, it's crazy, dude. I got stories about Iraq, man. Insane. I'm not nice, though. How do I do that? You don't have to be nice. You have to be nice to survive. You could be a prick. I'm a prick. I'm an asshole. I survive just fine. And I help people when I have to. Okay? Like, when people need help, I help them. But it doesn't mean I'm not a dick. Okay? I'm an asshole every day. But I help people that need help. And I also understand the fact that I will have to have help from people sometimes, too. I've been sick. Dude, I've literally been on death's door several times. I didn't survive by myself. I didn't perform surgery on myself. Soon the feminists, they go and need us. But yeah, dude, as soon as we go to war, right? All those gender roles are going to go away. Oh, look, I want an apron. I want to make cookies. You can pick on me anytime you want, TJ. Once our society crumbles, hey, man, you know, look, here's something else, too. We live in the greatest time to ever live. Now, people are going to argue with you, and they're going to say, oh, well, it's always that way. No, it's not. The people in the Middle Ages, when the Black Death was running around killing everyone, that was not the greatest time to ever live, okay? During the Civil War was not the greatest time to fucking ever live. We live in the epitaph, the greatest achievement of all mankind. We live now. So yeah, it's a great way for all those women and men that are out there saying women are trash and men are trash. We don't need women or we don't need men. That's a great way to think now that you have all of the benefits of society. Now that you have all the benefits of the great men and great women that came before you and created this wonderful world that you fucking live in. Yeah, you're ungrateful little shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a lot easier to survive right now. But you know what? Those 45-year-old dudes with nothing but dogs and those 45-year-old women with nothing but cats, hating men and hating women, they really, really wish that they made different choices. It's kind of like whenever someone jumps off a bridge wanting to self-delete, right? Every single fucking one of them that survived always say they regret it the moment they jump off. It's the same shit, man. Oh, dude, you're going to see trash women looking for protection and shit. Yeah, dude. Same thing for the men, dude. Same thing. It's going to happen. Like, because, you see the dudes do the same thing. Granted, they're not publicized because, women always get the majority. But, dude, the men are going to be just bad. Anyways, guys, deuces. I'm out with that note. You guys take care. Peace out. Peace, love, and chicken grease.